Hi everyone. Thank you so much for clicking on my channel and for joining my review of 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, some kind of awful. So this segment opens with Joanne and her boys packing to leave for Ireland. She wants to let the boys know that she's married, and she said they have to love him and be okay with the move. So there's a lot riding on this trip. Um, Next, they arrive at the airport and they meet up with a best friend. Her name is Noelle, because she is also flying with Joanne and the boys to meet Sean. Plus, Noelle is going to fly back with the boys so that Joanne can stay a little bit longer. And so Joanne's mother tells Noelle she wants her to be her eyes and her ears. So next, they board the plane and take off to Ireland. Later, we see Sean and his daughter driving to the airport. It was super cute. They were going to their they were arriving at the airport to pick up everyone, but it was super cute because they were she's in the back seat and she's talking and they are having this cute little banter back and forth. They seem very close to each other. I know that it did open up with the little girl boxing. Her dad was kind of giving her direction, and she was boxing really good for her age. So I thought that was super cute. So again, they're driving to the airport. He says he's had full custody of his daughter. It seems like 7 months after she was born, they thought it would be a better for Bella to live with him. And so she's been living with him ever since. So they, like I said, they have a really fun loving little cute relationship. So he seems like a pretty hands-on dad, and she seems like she really loves him. So they arrive at the airport and Bella and her dad greet everyone. On the car ride back home or back to Sean's place, it was a little bit awkward. Sean did ask Joanne's sons if they understood, because he has a little bit of an accent, and he wasn't sure if they understood what he was saying when he was talking. So he asked them, and they said yes. So, but it was still an awkward car ride home. But I just suspected they probably were just tired and probably just wanted to go take a shower and go to sleep. So hopefully he didn't take that personal, and it didn't seem like he did. So next we talk about Shekinah and Sarper. So this segment opens with Shekinah telling us that it's her and Sarper's birthday. So they, I guess, were born on the same day at the same time, but 2 years apart. So then the camera crew asked them to explain how they think they were born on the same day. And so Sarper decides, and he explains that he was born on the 21st and Shekinah was born on the 20th. And then Sarper says that there is a little bit of a time difference. So not exactly born on the same date, but the same moment is what Sarper said, 2 years apart. So that's his explanation. And so next they leave to go meet up with Sarper's family. She kind of hasn't seen his family since her last visit, so she's excited to go meet up with his family. And Sarper tells his family that Shekinah has applied for the K1 visa. The father is not sure what he means. So Sarper explains that it's where you apply to go to the U.S., and if approved, you get married within 90 days. So the parents are not exactly happy. The mother feels that she is losing her only son. She doesn't understand why he can't just marry a Turkish girl and live closer to her. The mother is very upset. Um, and, she's just eager to have a grandchild. So, but I don't know if she understands that she kind of has already said she does not want any kids. So I don't know how they're going to work that out. So, The family then wants to know if Shekinah's family is going to support Sarper when he comes to the US. And Shekinah explains that her family doesn't really ask her anything and they don't really care to know. Um, they didn't think it was logical for her to move to Turkey after meeting Sarper in such a short amount of time. So the mother then asked about, Shekinah's daughter. So what is your daughter thinking about? What's her opinion about Sarper coming to live with them? That's actually a good question. And I was thinking that too, because I know her daughter is of age to give an opinion. And I'm sure she has one. And she kind of starts getting emotional, and she says her daughter is highly influenced by Shekinah's family. So I think her daughter still is around like her aunts and stuff like that. And I know one of her aunts, Shekinah's sisters, doesn't really like Sarper. So I feel like her daughter doesn't really like him that much either. So an hour later, after they leave the Sarper's family at the restaurant, an hour later, we see the camera crew talking to Sarper alone. They are asking him what happened. So something has happened. So Sarper says he offered to buy the vanity for Shekinah that she had liked the day before. It was expensive, he says. And Shekinah says, no, she didn't like it. She doesn't want it or anything. She doesn't want that or anything. He basically is sick of her negativity. He said he did his best, and Shekinah, kind of wants what she wants. I mean, Shekinah says that Sarper just wants what he wants, and if he doesn't get it, he just spirals out of control. So they continue on to kind of tell the story. They're both talking, and Sarper's talking, and then she starts kind of chiming in, and she said that he took her phone from her, and somehow her extension came out. Sarper feels that he never harmed or touched her. And Sarper, I'm going to need you not to downplay or be submissive or dismissive. Um, I mean, you had to have touched her in some way because her hairpiece came out. But I will say that Shekinah is pretty high maintenance, and I do think that she, a lot of times, that like she's just kind of petty at times. She's not really too much she likes when she comes to visit him. If you remember when she came the first day she gets there, and she's just starting an argument over something so small. Just starting arguments for no reason. And she is kind of negative about stuff. But I mean, he has to understand that she's kind of high maintenance. And, that's the kind of girl he has. She's pretty high maintenance, and, she likes the finer things. And some of the things I feel like he has in his home are not quite up to her standards. Him getting a new bed and headboard and all that, I do agree on that, because when she did come down the first time in a season or two ago, it was pretty disgusting to see his headboard just kind of separate from his bed, because you could just imagine what was probably going on. So, anyways, I don't know. So Shekinah ended up. The cameraman, the producers, and all of them ended up taking her and her dog. She had packed up all of her things, and they gave her a ride over to the hotel, and that's where she stands. So I kind of don't feel like it's over between the two of them. But for now, she's in the hotel and he's at his place. So next we move on to Corona and Ingy. Corona is getting dressed to go meet Ingy's parents. So far, all she knows of his parents is that they are old, conservative, and they don't have any, black people in their home. I don't know why they keep saying that, but she is very nervous. She said she was super nervous in the car. She almost didn't want to go. Ingy is very laid back and pretty unbothered because he knows his parents, are gonna like her for who she is, and he feels that she has nothing to worry about, and his family will accept her with open arms. So they walk in, and Ingy's brother Carl greets them first. Turns out she has met him before, and she said he helped her feel comfortable and made sure that in the past she understood what was going on in the conversation. So, I think he helped translate um, conversations that were going on that she might not have understood. So next, the parents come in, and they seem very nice. They greet her with a hug and flowers. And the dad even gave her a hug, and he even asked her if it was okay to hug her. So the mom, Ingy and Corona end up in the kitchen, and the mom is looking at Corona's hair and wants to know how she does it. Meaning, how does she put together her style, her hairstyle? And I think it was like twist or locks or something like that. And so Corona shows her. Then her mom just kind of reached for a few twists and touched them. Corona says typically she does not let anyone touch her hair, but because she was trying to make a good impression, she said his mom could have asked to chop one off and take it home. She would have said yes. So I thought that was nice. So next, they all sit down to eat, and the brother asked her how long she was staying, and she said forever, but I don't think she's staying that long. Um, so they were quiet at first, but we're like, oh, okay. The mom asked Ingy why Corona, and he says he met her and everything about her he adores. And I thought that was really sweet. And he has high hopes for what the future holds. The mom is very happy because she's waited a long time for Ingy to bring home a girlfriend. The brother says she has charmed us all, and they couldn't be happier. And he hopes they really work well together. But of course, he says only time will tell. And the mom mentions she is getting older because his parents are in their 80s, and she wants a grandchild before she dies. So Carl translates to Corona that the parents are thrilled for born grandchildren, and they ask her if she wants to have kids. And Ingy tells us that they've only been dating for 4 months, so he's kind of like, "Mom, pump the brakes." I was saying that too, because in my opinion, I'm like, y'all didn't even ask when they getting married. Y'all just went right to when are they having grandbabies. So my thing is, I think that his parents are more concerned with the fact that they are in their 80s, and they're getting up there. So their chances for seeing Ingy have a grandbaby before they die is going to be, I mean, before they leave this earth, are going to be kind of slim. So they're really hoping that they can get them two to have a baby. But I don't think Corona's going for it because she really wants to get married. So I agree. I think you should probably get married first if you guys want that. So and then next we see Statler and Dempsey. I don't know about you guys, but I do feel like Statler and Dempsey's um segments are boring. They're absolutely boring. There's really nothing to it. I really hope that they're not going to have them on anymore. There's really their storyline is just boring. There's nothing to it except for this van. So, anyways, I digress. Um, their scene opens with they give us an overview of their first night in the camper van. Statler says that things went better than expected. So it sounds like she's feeling a little better now about being in the camper van. Dempsey is making tea, and when Statler tasted, she spit it out and said it tastes awful, like fish. Dempsey also didn't like the taste, so she didn't drink hers either. So they decided to just have a glass of champagne instead. Next, they pack up and head off to the next campsite, and you see Dempsey's in the driver's seat, and she's pretty much leading Dempsey on this adventure. So they have a discussion while they're in the car driving about her anxieties and how her emotions can be kind of up and down, and so Dempsey is trying to prepare for it, but she also feels like Stadler is definitely worth it. So that's all I have for this episode of 90 Day Fiance. So thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And on your way out, if you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll definitely talk to you later.